Life? Oh, life. It's a cruel little game, isn't it? They set you up with rules, a structure, a nice, neat little map to follow. Be good, they say. Play fair. Keep smiling. But what they don't tell you is that the deck is always stacked against you. Always. You see, the world doesn't care about fairness. Fairness is an illusion, a bedtime story for the weak. The strong, they know better. They know that life isn't about following the rules. It's about breaking them. It's about tearing apart the chains that bind you and carving your own path, no matter how many people stand in your way. But they don't like that, do they? Oh no. They want you to stay small, to stay quiet, to follow their script. Because the moment you step out of line, the moment you start thinking for yourself, you become dangerous. And dangerous. That's the last thing they want you to be. They'll try to stop you. They'll try to convince you that you're wrong, that you're broken, that you're bad. But let me tell you a little secret. You're not broken. You're not bad, you're awake. And that scares them. They'll call you names, villain, outcast, monster. But those words, they're just masks for their fear. Fear of what you represent. Fear of the truth you carry. Because you've seen it, haven't you? You've seen the cracks in their perfect little world. The lies they tell themselves to feel safe. And once you've seen it, oh, there's no going back. It's funny, isn't it? How they preach about strength, about resilience, about standing tall in the face of adversity. But the moment you show them real strength, real resilience, they crumble. They can't handle it because their strength, it's a facade, a brittle shell, ready to shatter at the first sign of resistance. But your strength is real. It's forged in fire, tempered by pain. It's not the kind of strength they can't understand. And that's why they fear you. That's why they hate you. Because you are everything they wish they could be, but never will. They'll try to tear you down. They always do. But every insult, every attack, every betrayal, they're just adding fuel to the fire. And that fire, oh, it's burning brighter than ever. They'll watch, powerless, as you rise from the ashes of their petty games. They'll watch as you take everything they tried to deny you, everything they said you couldn't have. And when you stand tall, when you claim your place in the world, they'll finally understand. They'll understand that you are unstoppable. But here's the thing. You don't need their understanding. You don't need their validation. You never did. You've always been enough. Even in your darkest moments, even when the world turned its back on you, you were enough. And now you're more than enough. You're the storm they never saw coming. The force they can't control, the fire they can't extinguish. And oh, how that must terrify them. Let them talk. Let them judge. Let them try to bring you down. It won't matter, because you've seen the truth. You've embraced it. And once you've done that, there's no going back. They'll call you cold, call you cruel, but they don't know what you've been through, do they? They don't know the nights you spent fighting your demons, the battles you waged just to keep going. They don't know the pain you've endured, the scars you carry, and that's fine. Let them judge. Let them think what they want, because their opinions, they're nothing, less than nothing. They're whispers in the wind, drowned out by the roar of your determination. You are more than their words, more than their labels. You are a force of nature, a storm that cannot be stopped. And no matter how hard they try, no matter what they throw at you, they will never break you. Because you've already faced the worst. You've stared into the abyss, and instead of falling, you became the abyss. You took the darkness they feared and made it your ally. And now you're unstoppable. So stand tall, stand proud. Let them see the fire in your eyes, the strength in your soul. Let them see the person they could never break, because this is your story, your journey, and no one can take that away from you. You've come too far to stop now. You've fought too hard to give up. So keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting, because you are unstoppable. You are inevitable. You are everything they feared you would become. And oh, how sweet it is to see them realize it. You've taken their worst, and you've turned it into your best. You've taken the pain, the anger, the betrayal, and turned it into fuel. And now you're a force to be reckoned with. Let them fear you. Let them hate you. It doesn't matter, because you are beyond their reach, beyond their comprehension. You are unbreakable. You are unstoppable. And nothing can ever take that away from you. The world is a stage, isn't it? Oh, how they love to play their parts, smiling, pretending, lying. But you've stepped off that stage. You've torn down the curtain, ripped apart the facade, and now, you're watching as their world crumbles under the weight of its own illusions. They think you're cruel. They think you're heartless. But what they don't understand is that cruelty was their gift to you. Every lie they told, every betrayal they committed, it all built this. It built you. You didn't ask for this, did you? You didn't ask to be torn apart, to be remade in the fires of their hatred. But here you are, standing tall, stronger than ever. And oh, how it burns them to see it, because they wanted you to fail. They wanted you to stay broken, to stay small, but you refused. You took their blades and forged them into armor. You took their fire and turned it into your light. And now you're untouchable. Let them talk. Let them whisper their petty little lies. It won't matter, because you've seen the truth. You've tasted the bitterness of their betrayal, and you've come out the other side sharper, stronger, more alive than ever. They'll call you selfish. They'll call you cold. But they'll never understand the battles you've fought, the demons you've faced. They'll never understand what it took to survive. And that's fine. Let them stay in their ignorance. Let them choke on their own arrogance, because you don't need them. You never did. Every step you've taken, every wound you've endured, it was all for you, for your survival, for your strength. And now you're unstoppable. They'll try to drag you back, to pull you down to their level, but you're beyond their reach now. You've climbed too high, fought too hard, and no matter how much they try, they'll never touch you again, because you've built yourself from the ground up. You've taken every broken piece every shattered dream and turned it into something unbreakable. You've become a fortress, a storm, a force of nature, and nothing can stand in your way. They'll tell you to let go of the anger, to forgive, to forget. But why should you? That anger, it's your fuel. That pain, it's your power. They tried to use it to destroy you, but instead, you use it to become something they could never be. Oh, they'll hate you for it. They'll hate you because you've shown them what they could never, admitting that the world isn't fair. That strength comes from pain. That survival isn't about playing by the rules. It's about rewriting them. And that's what you've done. You've rewritten the rules. You've turned their game against them. And now, you're the one in control. Let them watch. Let them see what they've created. Let them see the monster they tried to bury. Because this is their doing. Every scar, every wound, every battle, it all led to this moment. It all led to you. You don't owe them anything. Not your forgiveness, not your kindness, not your silence. You owe them nothing. So take what's yours. Take the life they tried to steal from you, the dreams they tried to crush. Take it all and don't look back, because this is your story now, your journey, and no one can take it away from you. They'll try, of course. They'll try to rewrite your story, to make themselves the heroes, but they'll fail, because you've written it in fire, in blood, in the unbreakable strength of your soul. And when they look back, when they see the ruins of their lies and the strength of your truth, they'll finally understand. They'll understand that you were never the villain. You were never the monster. You were the storm they couldn't control, the fire they couldn't extinguish. So stand tall, stand proud. Let them see what true strength looks like. Let them see the person they could never break, because you are unstoppable. You are inevitable. You are everything they feared you would become. And oh, how sweet it is to see them realize it. They'll call you a shadow, a void, a ghost of what they think you should be. But that's just their fear talking, isn't it? They fear what they can't control, what they can't define. You've slipped through their fingers like smoke, like something they can never hold on to, and it terrifies them, because they thought they had you. Oh, how they thought they had you. They thought their words could bind you, their rules could contain you, their hatred could destroy you. But they were wrong. So wrong. You see, they never understood what you're made of. They never understood the fire that burns inside you, the hunger, the drive. They thought you were like them, weak, fragile, easily broken. But you're nothing like them. You're for each from something different, something they can't comprehend. Every scar on your soul, every tear you've shed, every scream you've swallowed, it's all part of you now. It's all part of the weapon you've become. And that's what they'll never understand. They think strength is about power, about control. But real strength is about endurance. It's about surviving the storms, the darkness, the endless nights, and coming out the other side sharper, harder, and more determined than ever. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you've become cold, unfeeling, distant. But they don't know the truth, do they? They don't know what it took to survive. They don't know the price you paid to become who you are. Oh, they'll never understand. And that's their weakness, their blindness, their arrogance. They think the world revolves around them, that their opinions matter, that their words can shape your reality. But you've seen through it all. You've seen the lies, the hypocrisy, the emptiness of their world. And now you're free. Free from their expectations, their judgments, their rules. You've torn yourself away from their grasp, and now you're unstoppable. Let them try to pull you back. Let them try to chain you to their version of the truth. It won't work. Because you've tasted freedom. And once you've tasted it, oh, there's no going back. They'll call you selfish, ruthless, heartless. But those words mean nothing. They're just noise, just empty echoes in a world that no longer has any power over you. Because you know the truth now. You've seen what lies beyond their little world. And it's beautiful. It's terrifying. It's endless. And that's where you're going. Into the unknown. Into the chaos. Into the darkness they fear so much. Because you've learned something they'll never understand. The darkness isn't your enemy. It's your ally. The shadows they fear, the silence they run from. It's all part of you now. It's your strength, your armor, your weapon. And they'll never be able to take it from you. They'll try to erase you, to silence you, to bury you. But they'll fail. Because you've already proven that you're unbreakable. You've already shown them that no matter how many times they knock you down, you'll always rise again. And when you rise, oh, how they'll tremble. Because they'll realize that every time you fall, you come back stronger. Every time they hurt you, you learn. Every time they doubt you, you grow. They'll see it in your eyes. The fire, the determination, the unrelenting drive to keep going. They'll see it, and they'll know that they've already lost. Because this isn't about them anymore. It never was. This is about you, your journey, your strength, your victory. Let them watch as you take everything they said you couldn't have. Let them watch as you become everything they said you couldn't be. Let them choke on their own disbelief as you rise higher and higher, unstoppable, untouchable. Because you're not just surviving anymore. You're thriving. You're living. You're becoming. And no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, they'll never be able to take that away from you. So keep going. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Let the world throw its worst at you. It won't matter. You've already faced the darkness, and you've come out the other side stronger than ever, because you are the storm. You are the fire. You are the force they could never control, never contain, never destroy. And oh, how beautiful it is to watch them realize it. They'll tell you to stop, to slow down, to think of the consequences. But what they really mean is, stay where we can see you. Stay where we can control you. They don't want you moving forward because every step you take reminds them of how small they are, how trapped they've always been. But you don't stop. You don't look back. Because the truth is, There's nothing for you back there. Nothing but ashes and memories of a world that tried to destroy you. Oh, they'll say you've forgotten where you came from. They'll accuse you of abandoning them. But they don't understand, do they? They don't understand that you're not running away. You're running towards something, towards freedom, towards power, towards a version of yourself that doesn't need their approval, their validation, their permission to exist. You've seen the way they look at you now, that mix of fear and envy, of resentment and admiration. They hate that they can't ignore you anymore, that they can't pretend you don't matter, because you do matter. You always have. And that's what scares them the most. They'll try to twist your story, to paint you as the villain. But villains and heroes, they're just labels, just words. You've outgrown their need to define you, to put you in a box that makes sense to them. Because you're not here to make sense. You're here to make noise, to shake the foundations of their fragile little world and remind them that you are not someone to be overlooked, underestimated, or dismissed. They'll never admit it, but they're learning something from you. Every step you take, every battle you win, it's teaching them a lesson they never wanted to learn. That power isn't given, it's taken. That respect isn't granted, it's earned. That strength isn't born, it's forged in the fires of pain and adversity. And you are the living, breathing proof of that truth. They'll never thank you for it. They'll never say the words out loud. But deep down, they know. They know that you've become something they can only dream of being. It eats them up inside, doesn't it? That realization, that truth. But that's not your concern anymore. Your concern is the path ahead, the horizon calling your name, the endless possibilities that stretch out before you, waiting to be claimed. Because this is your life now, your journey, and you're the one in control. Let them watch as you rise higher and higher, as you achieve things they said were impossible. Let them try to keep up, to match your pace, to understand your vision. They'll fail, because you've left them behind. And maybe that's the hardest part for them to accept, that they can't follow you where you're going, that you've outgrown them, outpaced them, outsmarted them. But that's not your burden to bear. You've carried enough weight, enough pain, enough of their expectations. It's time to let it go, to let them go, because you don't need them. You never did. Everything you've ever needed, you've found within yourself. The strength to keep going, the courage to stand tall, the fire to burn brighter than they ever thought possible. It was always there, waiting for you to uncover it, to embrace it, to unleash it. And now there's no turning back. Let them try to dim your light. Let them try to put out the fire in your soul. It won't matter, because you've become unstoppable. You are the storm, the chaos, the force they never saw coming. And oh, how beautiful it is to watch them realize it.